We are doing another experiment out here outside of ABC 57 again this morning. Today we want to see whether or not our cool temperatures are actually going to impact how well the salt does doing its job. Typically around 15 degrees or so, which is where a lot of us are early on this morning. That's where we start to see salt become ineffective because of its freezing point. So we decided to put it to the test this morning, and looking like the temperatures may not be cool enough for it to have an impact, because as you can see from our experiment here, some of our snow is starting to melt. Now, we put this pile of snow out here around an hour and a half ago, and you can see that this is treated with a normal amount of salt. The salt is blue, so you can see it a little bit easier, but also within the pockets of the snow that's starting to melt, you also are finally seeing a little bit of some black there, and that's the black top, the concrete you're being able to see because the snow is melting after it was treated with the salt. Now, originally our hypothesis was that we would need an extra large amount of salt in order for things to freeze today because of our cooler than normal temperatures, because we're right near the freezing point of salt. But looking at this pile of salt and snow, this is the one we treated with plenty of salt, an excess amount of salt. Really, it's just kind of mixed in with the snow right now, but it's not melting. So it's actually not doing its job very well, which is good news for all of you, because when you use an excess amount of salt like this, it costs extra money, and it also can be harmful for the environment, for your crops, for plants, and for animals. So good news is that things are still melting out here. Now, a next step in our experiment, we'll have to wait until it gets a little bit cooler outside again. Maybe we'll do this experiment again when temperatures are closer to zero and see what the impacts of salt are there and see whether or not it will help melt the ice. But right now, things are looking like they're melting, but that being said, roads still could be a bit slick today, so take it easy. Live outside of ABC 57, I'm meteorologist Macy Tetrick.